We've all heard the saying, there are no small parts, and if we take a closer look at many of our favorite movies and shows, we can see that it really is true. Some of the tiniest roles have managed to have a major impact on their stories and pop culture at large. So, what is it that makes these characters that we barely even get to see so special? Though the definition can get blurry, there is actually quite a difference between characters who are considered supporting and those who are minor. Supporting characters have more scenes with main characters, are more involved in the plot, and have their own goals and storylines. Minor characters have less screen time, usually only 1 or 2 scenes, but still manage to move the plot forward and impact the main characters. For example, WandaVision's Agatha Harkness is a supporting character who helps and hinders the protagonist Wanda, and made such a huge impression that she got her own show.
Look, it's the star of the show!
However, the Beekeeper, a sword agent transformed while trying to infiltrate the Hex, is a minor character with no lines and limited screen time, but acts as one of the big clues that something's going on. Sometimes a character only has a single line of dialogue, but it becomes so iconic that they're solidified in the film or show's history forever.
I'll have what she's having.
Minor characters can serve a variety of different functions within a narrative. They can move the plot along by revealing important information. In the film adaptation of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, a Gryffindor student named Bem has less than a minute of screen time, aside from popping up in the background a few times. Though he isn't the only character with this knowledge, Bem delivers 2 key pieces of information. In divination class, he reads from the text about a Grimm. Later, he speaks about Sirius Black.
It's among the darkest omens in our world. It's an omen of death. Black could be anywhere. It's like trying to catch smoke. Like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands.
The camera lingers on Harry's reaction both times, showing how absorbing the information affects his actions. In Captain America Civil War, it's the very brief interaction with Miriam Sharp, a mother grieving the death of her son killed during the battle in Sokovia, that sets Tony Stark's stance on the Sokovia Accords, which puts the whole plot in motion.
Who's going to avenge my son?
While this isn't true of all minor characters, many of them help guide or inspire the main character to take action. In Shaun of the Dead, Shaun runs into his old friend Yvonne 3 times. The first scene has them catching up, and she unintentionally reminds him about making reservations for his and Liz's anniversary. In the second scene, their run-in is more of a sight gag. The final scene they have comes at the end when she shows up with the military and helps rescue them. On his first day as a stockbroker, the Wolf of Wall Street's Jordan Belfort has a boozy, expletive-laced lunch with a senior broker, Mark Hanna, who imparts some wild wisdom about the job. Matthew McConaughey improvised some of the dialogue, and his own pre-take ritual was used in the scene. While only in a few short scenes of a 3-hour movie, Hanna's character makes a massive impact on Belfort, so much that he modeled his whole lifestyle of excess after him. Through their interactions, minor characters show more of the main character's personality and impact their character development, for better or worse. There's a prime example in Doubt, the 2008 drama about a principal of a parish school and her suspicions of a priest harming students. Sister Aloysius approaches Mrs. Miller, the mother of one of the boys. Their intense conversation only lasts about 7 minutes in the film, but the importance of the context, along with the powerhouse acting of Viola Davis, is the most memorable moment. Davis even earned her first Oscar nomination for this single scene.
You'd hurt my son to get your way.
It won't end with your son.
Throw the priest out then.
I am trying to do just that.
Then what do you want from me?
A popular method of influencing or guiding a protagonist's journey is through posthumous minor characters whose deaths happen before or even at the beginning of a story. In Promising Young Woman, we never see Nina Fisher, but it's her tragic death that motivates her friend Cassie Thomas to seek vengeance on the people who hurt her. When the ghost of young Kira Collins appears to the Sixth Sense Cole Sear, he helps her by showing a secret video of being poisoned by her stepmother, which subsequently saves her younger sister from the same fate. The whole plot of Twin Peaks revolves around the murder of Laura Palmer.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
Although Cheryl Lee appeared in the show as Laura's cousin, Maddie Ferguson, Laura is only shown in photos, videos, and sometimes dreams, so we learn about her troubled private life through her diary, as well as several minor characters like Harold Smith. The aftermath tells a lot about the main characters, including secrets, conspiracies, and other murders. Even after the mystery was solved, halfway through season 2, Laura was still involved in other subplots. The late great David Lynch had a knack for bizarre and intriguing minor characters, especially in the world of Twin Peaks, where everyone has a strong presence that leaves a lasting impact.
One day, my log will have something to say about this.
No matter how small their role is, minor characters can still manage to reach cult status. All it takes is one exceptional line of dialogue to become immortalized.
Dude, I took some MILF.
What the hell's that?
MILF. Mom, I'd like to
John Cho's role in 1999's American Pie essentially launched his acting career, all because of one quote that has stood the test of time.
I introduced, my apologies, I introduced the word MILF into the vocabulary.
In Friday, the character Felicia had a little over 3 minutes of screen time, but was at the center of what has become one of the most quoted lines in modern cinema history. One that many people are aware of through cultural osmosis, even if they haven't even seen the film itself.
Cree.
Bye, Felicia.
Todd and Margot Chester just had a couple of scenes in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, a movie full of hilarious characters and moments, and still managed to stand out with their yuppie aesthetic and deep frustration with neighbor Clark Griswold.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
Similarly, Bronson Pinchot's character Serge was a scene stealer in Beverly Hills Cop, a movie starring comedy legend Eddie Murphy. Their interaction in the art gallery was improvised and lasted a little over 2 minutes, but made such an impression that Pinchot became an overnight celebrity.
When it time is summers that Mr. Ahmed Foley is here to see...
Axel Foley. Axel.
Axel. Foley is here to see her.
The actor later reprised his role in Beverly Hills Cop 3 and Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. The endlessly quotable Mean Girls has a slew of memorable parts, from minor characters like iconic anecdotes from Bethany Bird.
She punched me in the face. It was awesome.
To lines spoken by a main character about a minor character.
You go, Glen Coco.
Glen Coco doesn't even speak in the movie, yet their name instantly became an oft-quoted line. In the age of the internet, fans can collectively admire a minor character through discussions, artwork, and most commonly, fan fiction. The overnight sensation of Stranger Things skyrocketed the whole cast into stardom, but Season 1 casualty Barb Holland became a full-blown phenomenon, with fans wishing and demanding for her to return in some way.
In the case of Barb, there were so many theories that she was going to come back. She was actually alive, and I'm not going to lie, we spent maybe, 20 seconds talking about it.
Her popularity surprised everyone, but it's her relatability as a high school nerd that drew people in, and then broke their hearts when she died. Barb was just the first in a series of compelling minor characters created and later killed off by the Duffer Brothers. Season 4 introduced new characters, including Chrissy Cunningham, a Hawkins cheerleader plagued by hallucinations, and heavy metal D&D master Eddie Munson.
You're not what I thought you'd be like.
Mean and scary?
Eddie witnesses Chrissy's horrific death, which kicks off the season's new mystery. Though she didn't survive past the first episode, Eddie became more of a supporting character who befriended the ensemble protagonists and lasted through the finale. Like Barb, his relatability made him an instant fan favorite, along with his metal style, eccentric personality, and guitar shredding skills. Following the Duffer Brothers trend, Eddie's last-minute sacrifice in the Upside Down cost him his life, leading to a fandom uproar and campaign for him to come back. Despite her limited screen time, Wednesday's laid-back vampire Yoko Tanaka quickly gained a fan following of her own.
We have roof parties, campouts, the occasional midnight skinny dip.
And Yoko's an amateur mixologist.
You're seriously turning us down? Can you believe it?
While the Nevermore student appeared in all 8 episodes of the show's first season, she was usually in the background and didn't have many lines. Unfortunately for Yoko fans, actress Naomi J. Oganawa stated in an Instagram post that she won't be back for Season 2, citing scheduling issues and not much progression in Yoko's journey. Sometimes a minor character radiates main character energy, prompting fans and creators alike to want them in sequel films, more seasons of a show, or even a whole spin-off of their own. When Clark Gregg made his MCU debut in 2008's Iron Man, he played a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent with limited dialogue. While he was simply called Agent in that movie, he was eventually given the name Phil Coulson. Gregg reprised his role in Iron Man 2 and Thor, along with the Avengers, before he was killed by Loki. His everyman charm won fans over, and his untimely exit sparked a Coulson Lives movement similar to Barb and Eddie from Stranger Things. In true comic book fashion, Coulson was resurrected, and Gregg then had the chance to lead his own series with Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which ran for 7 seasons, as well as appearances in Captain Marvel, What If, and other projects. In the case of Barry's NoHo Hank, his unique personality personality and portrayal by Anthony Carrigan convinced series creators Bill Hader and Alec Berg to change their original plan to have him die in the pilot episode. They loved the actor and his character so much that he stuck around for all 4 seasons as a series regular, gaining a fan base that wanted even more of him.
Hey man, you must be Betty. I'm no Hank. You know, buddy, I have to be honest. I'm quite a bit angry.
The best minor characters have a real purpose. They may have less to do on screen than a supporting or main character, but their existence needs to be for a reason. Sometimes they're used to establish the world the story takes place in, or set the tone. In Get Out, the Armitage family's housekeeper, Georgina, is one of the most effective characters. Her unsettling interaction with the film's protagonist, Chris, sets off more alarm bells that something is seriously wrong. In Betty Gabriel's masterful portrayal, Georgina has moments where she behaves as if she's navigating 2 minds, which is exactly what is happening.
There's too many white people, I get nervous, you know.
Oh, no. No. No.
The twist is that she's actually Rose's grandmother, Marianne Armitage, in the body of the real Georgina. The Substance has several minor characters with a big purpose. The young nurse gives Elizabeth Sparkle the Substance information and shows up later in his older form.
Has she started yet? Eating away at you?
The 2 casting directors further established the misogyny of the industry in their comments about an actress's audition. Annoying neighbor Oliver and motorcycle riding Troy each show how men react to and treat Sue versus Elizabeth, while Fred from 10th grade homeroom represents a sliver of hope for Elizabeth's self-esteem. The Coen brothers are experts when it comes to creating minor characters with distinct traits and personalities who make a difference in the lives of protagonists. Mike Yanagita isn't a part of the homicide investigation at the center of Fargo, but his awkward dinner with Police Chief Marge Gunderson is one of the most memorable scenes. His ability to tell such a bold-faced lie inspires her to revisit Jerry Lundegaard. The Big Lebowski is filled with quirky side characters who make the most out of the little time they have on screen. Eccentric criminal and bowler Jesus Quintana may be the most notable among them.
You said it, man. Nobody with the Jesus.
And while fans always want more of a standout of this caliber, the unsuccessful spin-off film The Jesus Rolls showed that maybe some characters are best in small doses. Whether they're funny,
F&A, Cotton, F&A.
scary, sympathetic, informative, or just plain weird, minor characters are more important than people think. Their narrative significance and cultural popularity show that no matter how small you might feel, that doesn't mean you can't have a big impact on the story.
Gentlemen, it has been a privilege playing with you tonight.
That's The Take. Click here to watch a video we think you'll love, or here to check out a whole playlist of awesome content. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. And make sure to subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive new videos.